Greetings, salutations, good morning. It is 10 o'clock, it's May 17th, and one of my favorite bands is Traffic. Steve Winwood, genius, just an amazing songwriter, musician, singer. Love the Blind Faith record. Love Spencer Davis Group. Give me some lovin'. Dear Mr. Fantasy, if you listen to 80s era Grateful Dead music, you're going to hear Steve Winwood songs. Performed worse than Traffic did, but it's cool. They do Hey Jude after Dear Mr. Fantasy. It's kind of cute. Anyway, Traffic is a bunch of tens. They're one of the best bands ever. Prog, jazz fusion, rock, country, these are genres that music critics use to, stereotype. So they fulfill those. Shout Pisces. Gotta review all the Pisces. Wait till I review all the Gemini rappers. Anyway. Mr. Fantasy. Perfect album. This is such a good record. This might be there's like 3 Traffic records. I can't decide which one's the best. I'm just going to tell you what the 10s are. And you can listen to them. You can tell me what you think's the best. Heaven is in Your Mind. First song. Of course I love this record. Dear Mr. Fantasy. Yeah. That's a pretty good song. It's probably one of the best songs. Colored Rain, Paper Sun, Hole in My Shoe. This is a great record. Heaven is in Your Mind is the second record, but it's like a bunch of there's Dear Mr. Fantasy on it again. There's Heaven is in Your Mind again. There's new songs. Paper Sun is a good song. These aren't really, they're both released in the same year, Mr. Fantasy, Heaven is in Your Mind. And they're both kind of like a rewriting of a record to me. But Dear Mr. Fantasy, I think, is better. Mr. Fantasy is all that it's called. So, Mr. Fantasy, I would say, is a 10. Heaven is in Your Mind could also be a 10 if, like, the better songs on it weren't already on a record. But, again, when you're dealing with early to mid-60s, albums aren't, it's not the thing yet, right? Albums were the thing. Well, singles were the thing. Well, like Victrola, like fucking ham radios, and that was the thing. Live music was the thing. That's what actual music is you go live. It's a communal experience. But once they started recording music, making this bad mechanical replication of music in the 1980s, and then music's just progressively gotten worse and worse since then, because it's gotten away from people recording in a room, people playing with one another. Yeah, so I prefer music from the 60s and 70s generally. Although there's great music in the 80s. The 80s, punk and electronic in rap were like the 80s, and they were like the last gasp before art just doesn't exist anymore. There's like indie rock, which people will tell you is art, which is pop punk. Or like chamber music, folky, just like bad versions of, Star Sailor, or a bad version of krautrock, or a bad version of, not bad, okay. Like the OCs is fine. It's just not great. Anyway, I like music from when it was better. Some people think music's good now. I don't know. Traffic! Self-titled album. This is my favorite record, actually. This one is just great. Start to finish. Seems I've got to have a change of place or a change of scene because every night I have the strangest dreams in prison. By the way, things should have been left here on my own, or so it seems. Uh, what is it? I gotta get out before I scream because someone's locked the door and took away the key. You feeling alright? Not feeling too good myself. Feeling alright? I'm feeling too good myself. Yeah, such a good song. Pearly Queen's a great song. You can all join in. Here's a little song you can all join in with. It's really simple and I hope it's true. Make your own words up if you want to. Any old words that you think will do now. Black, white. Don't get uptight. Did one of these colors ever bother you? Yeah, it's a beautiful song. It's a beautiful message. I like Medicated Goo. I like Vagabond Virgin. This record is very good. You should listen to the Traffic self-titled record if you haven't. If you haven't, I don't know why. But do it now. We'll try to link some live Traffic. See if it gets taken down. Yeah. Drawn Barleycorn Must Die. This is my favorite name for an album that Traffic released. And it's great. Glad that just right away. That Glad, Freedom Rider, Empty Pages. The first half of this LP is the best songs on it, in my opinion. Although Stranger to Himself, Drawn Barleycorn Must Die, Every Mother's Son. It's a good record. It's a solid record, start to finish. I would say this is their third best record behind Low Spark, Traffic. Fourth best behind Mr. Fantasy, Traffic, Low Spark. Okay? Low Spark's next. Low Spark of High Heel Boys. The Low Spark of the High Heel Boys. Why are these boys wearing high heels? And why are they... What's the... I don't know, Steve Winwood. I don't know your tricks. Play us a tune. Something to make us all happy. But yeah, the song Low Spark of High Heel Boys, amazing. This is just one of my favorite songs. So good. Rock and Roll Stew is very good. Light Up or Leave Me Alone. I love this song. This is so good. Oh, I love Light Up or Leave Me Alone. This is a great record. Traffic. Okay. Then, yeah, I listened to some of these 70s Steve Winwood solo. Steve Winwood played with a bunch of people. Like, he played on Electric Ladyland. He played on that Spencer Davis group, Give Me Some Lovin', that Steve Winwood. Blind Faith, Come Down Off Your Throne and Leave Your Body Alone. Somebody must change. You are the reason I've been waiting so long. Somebody holds the key. Yes, he did a bunch of great... He played on Talk records. He played on... Which I need to review Talk. Talk is one of the most underrated bands ever. I don't understand why people didn't get what Talk was. Certain people did. But yeah, he worked with... He's just one of the dudes. He just fucking rules. Paper Sun. Here we go around the mulberry bush. Love Traffic. One of the great bands in my mind. Dear Mr. Fantasy is one of the greatest songs, period. The lyrics are so simple. And they say, like, everything about what it is to be an artist, what it is to be a musician. By just saying it in the most plain way possible, which is so impressive to me. It's such a beautiful song. Such a beautiful record. Such a beautiful band. I love Traffic. They have 5 10s. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, don't fall leaders, and watch your parking meters. Going up.